And I'm back.
Sweet.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Just as a heads up, we are semi-live. There's no video at the moment, but like there's a splash screen with starting at 9:30 up. So
Okay, we got 4 minutes.
yeah.
Hey, can you bring me my dice?
No dice for you.
You get the digital dice.
Digital dice.
Thank you. Love you.
All right.
Go. Hey, are they going to be able to see Joel?
Everybody can see me but you, I guess.
No. I can see you.
Yeah.
I was just talking about how you're hidden behind my my little screen.
Hidden behind what?
Like I literally only see his head because he's behind mine.
I'm not behind him on mine.
Yeah, you should all be just like in a square.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm behind Matt on mine.
Really?
Neat. On mine, it looks like a perfect square shape.
Yeah, mine too.
Hold on.
If
Wait.
you zoom in or zoom out, maybe.
It might be this. No.
No, that only does the screen.
I wonder.
I think
So hold on.
that.
Let
We
me
get rid of that.
do this. So if I do game settings, chat avatars, video.
Ah. That's... So you have to be full screen.
Oh, right.
Oh, I got you.
Full screen. Yeah. Okay. So is everybody okay then? If they're in full screen?
I was in full screen, so I guess that's why.
Yeah. I mean, I was in full screen. So Matt, if you go full screen, does that make everybody not overlap?
Oh, where do I do that with?
Just maximize your browser.
Do a
So in like the top left corner, there's like a minus sign, some squares, and an X. Hit the squares.
minus signs, squares.
Very top. Yeah.
This. So push the minus.
No, the squares.
Oh, okay.
Is everybody good then?
No.
No. So let me do this. I changed your cameras to player controlled. I want to see if when you move if it moves into my screen. So Joel, grab your box and move it.
It won't let me.
Yeah, I was trying to move mine and it won't let me.
It like gives my little name and everything, and it shows like
Yeah.
I'm moving, but when I let go, I'm just where I'm at.
So if you click by there's 3 bars. So if you click on those 3 bars and try and move.
Oh, I'm in the middle now.
So
3 bars.
So let go.
I did.
Okay. So yeah. So you stay in the same place on my screen. That's fine. So yeah, you can move yourselves wherever you want. Then go right ahead.
Sweet.
Yeah. Position yourselves however you like. You want to put your
So,
face on the
I can
screen?
move you guys too.
Yeah.
How do I move? I want to.
There's 3 dashes beside your name. Click and hold on those, and then you can move wherever.
3 dashes.
I
Oh,
don't see
see.
3 dashes.
So
Right to the left of your name.
yeah, go down to your name and highlight it, and then there's like 3 dashes, like 3 lines beside your name. If you highlight.
I don't see 3 lines by my name at all.
Okay.
It's because he's covering up mine on my screen.
Okay. All right. So let's do this then. Let's go back to GM controlled.
No.
Hold on. Yeah, we're supposed to be starting right now. All right. So now Hold on, I have to go back to player controlled. So now do you see it?
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm
now,
gonna put myself right over you.
all right.
I'm gonna put-
So do you see yours now, Matt?
Yeah, I see it. That's
Okay.
I moved a second ago.
Okay, sweet. All right.
Now we're all in one big pile. There we go.
Cool. Put this here. All right, so we're gonna get this shindig going.
So on your screen, do we look good?
Yeah, you look fine. You did not move on my screen, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
only
nice.
recording what you're on, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's all the important part.
all right. So where's my thingy? There it is. Bam. We are up and running. All right. So we're going to open up with your characters. You're already in the forest. You've got the map that you received in the last campaign. I guess we'll do a quick recap. Currently, you're questing to find treasure at a Fey temple that's supposedly in the Tanglewood forest. To your knowledge, no one has ever gone in and come back out. So, it's a dangerous journey potentially. You defeated some minotaurs, a fight which you may have started.
May or may not
Technically,
have.
they started it.
They were just being creepers, but it escalated.
I tried to end it, and they were dicks.
Yeah, right. As it happens.
That's typically how all
So-
fights begin.
You are currently in the forest, kind of following the map you received, as far as it will take you, anyways. And as chance would have it, you're walking in this forest, and you've been there for a couple of hours, and you notice something's not quite right. So you check your surroundings, and maybe something's missing. What's going on?
It looks like we're missing a party member. Did someone get split from us?
I didn't kill her.
It's been awfully defensive.
Wait, I don't know if I completely trust that.
All right, so it looks as though if you're checking your surroundings, particularly the thief and the ranger, you might notice that there's signs that maybe she didn't disappear so peacefully.
Oh, okay. Does my character know anything specifically about this forest?
So what you want to do is spout lore, right?
Sure.
So if you could roll 2d6 plus your wisdom.
Awesome. And my wisdom is a plus. Looks like nothing. Cool.
A plus nothing.
It's a straight roll, sir.
Yep.
So what, you got a 9?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, let's see. Spout lore. 7 to 9. I can tell you one thing. You know that this forest happens to be home to, at least on the perimeter, to goblins. And goblins will basically just steal anything, right? They're pretty vicious creatures. So quite potentially, she's been taken by goblins. That's quite an option. So do you think maybe you'll pursue that, or are you carrying on? What's happening, guys?
Is there,
I would first like to ask if there's such a man named Goblin Slayer before we do this.
Is there? I don't know. Is there a man named Goblin Slayer in this world? I don't know.
I would like to find him.
is there any way one of us would be able to track?
So yeah, I think rangers are pretty good at tracking,
Got this.
especially with animal companions. It can help them track things. So, in fact, I think you even have an ability called Hunt and Track. It's with your wisdom. So you can follow a trail of clues left behind by passing creatures. You can roll plus wisdom. So if that's something maybe our ranger would like to do.
Okay, what dice do I roll?
2d6.
We got a 12 and then wisdom. What's a 16?
+2.
So that's a 14.
Yeah. So you're definitely getting what you want. So
Me on the fucking ground sniffing the shit.
So you can choose one of the two things. You can gain a useful bit of information about your quarry, or you can determine what caused the trail to end.
Give me some info.
All right, so you can see that quite potentially it's like a horde of goblins. So there could be 10 or more goblins involved in this kidnapping, which would make sense because just a few goblins probably wouldn't be able to just take Amanita down by themselves. So, but obviously they've done it very sneakily. They've done it, just as you were walking, maybe some traps. But you definitely see them going off on a little bit of a trail, a little deeper into the forest. So you can obviously choose to follow that if you'd like to.
Do goblins eat mushrooms?
I don't know.
At this point, Meep is like rolling Meep's eyes, and Meep's like, Meep can't let target die. Meep can't let enemy die by the hands of other people. Must get enemy back.
All right.
But she's very Meep's really upset about this, but Meep's turns to the others, sighs loudly, and then just nods. Come on.
Well, I'm going to say Mist is pretty perturbed about this as well and feels that this is a losing endeavor. However, companionship is important, so I guess we have to do what we have to do.
Thorin is sad that he won't get any more information on the new hipster trends, so we must find her.
All right. All right, so you start making your trek, following the path, the trail that you've got, that the goblins have all left behind. So as you're making your way through, there's the woods get thicker and thicker as you're going in, so it's like a denser and denser forest, and everything's sort of narrowing in. And if I could get everyone to roll 2d6 plus your dexterity. Damn.
It's 8.
Okay.
I got a 14.
All right.
I got an 8.
All right. So there are a number of traps along the way. So our good old friend Mist has avoided all of them with his stealthiness and his dexterity. And
I think these are some shortophobic traps.
Yeah, Meep and Thorin are mostly unscathed, but for Meep there was a a snare trap, and it got you by the leg, but good old Stan with his top hat chewed you free, and you only took 1 damage in the fall. So if you could just mark 1 damage on that, and then for Thorin, there was a spike trap, which you fell through. However, you also kind of lucked up. As you're falling, you toss your cup checks up, and Mist grabbed on one to him and stopped you from falling entirely. You pricked the bottom of one of your feet for just 1 damage, but
should have got thicker shoes.
I know,
but they're not in right now.
He pulls you out and saves you.
I pull him out for a drink.
Yeah. And immediately you give him a drink.
Free.
All right, so you arrive, and there's you're at the edge of what you can see to be a goblin encampment. Now, immediately you don't see Amanita, but you think that this is kind of where the trail ends. That this might be the place where she might be located. So, what does it look like? Maybe you could describe this encampment that you see. The buildings and the goblins' guards. What's going on? Tell me about it.
I see a couple of just sticks that are in the ground with skulls surrounding their territory to sort of ward off people that are not to come near their home.
Can you tell us what type of skull, like what race? Can you tell the race from these skulls?
I think it's just a whole bunch of different kinds. Anything
Okay,
they can get their
so they're
hands
not-
on. Like anything they kill, they pretty much put them up as a warning to so that nobody, no matter who you are, comes near their territory.
Okay.
I believe I see a bonfire with a bunch of them running around it and dancing. What it looks like. Maybe there looks like there's a higher chieftain or something around in there too.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that sounds right to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what do you want to do? I mean, are we flanking? Are we rushing in? What's or maybe you're just like walking away. You're like, you know what?
It's not worth
too much.
it.
Now, Meep.
Meep says goodbyes. No.
We can't just let her die.
I'd like to use my trap expert to survey the area to see if there's any dangers.
Okay, all right. So, maybe you want to do a discern realities then?
Yeah.
So that's 2d6, and that's going to be plus wisdom.
All right. Nothing. Dang.
Okay. So, unfortunately, there does seem to be kind of a little bit of a dense fog in this area. So while you can kind of see what's going on, it's hard to make out any like really defined details. So there's not much more to discern at this moment.
Is there any way we could have the squirrel scope out some stuff for us incognito?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Cynic fan.
Yeah.
Get Santa
All right.
Man.
All right.
We'll do it.
Yeah, that's definitely something you can do. So you want to send in Stan to the hunt?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. That's cool. Let's do. So we'll have Stan do some discern realities, and if you'll roll 2d6 plus wisdom on that.
10 and then wisdom. That's a 12.
Sweet.
All right.
So Stan.
He's fucking dodging, dipping, and diving.
So Stan scurries in. He's running into the goblin encampment, and he's like darting about, looking at all the things back, and so you lose sight of him for a while because he's checking it all out, right? So as he's running around, you can hear him just kind of like in the grass, just a little bit, just that faint kind of rustling noise, and then he just like pops up like out of the grass, top hat and all, right?
Right.
So he tells you, and obviously only me will know this, so you'll have to relay it back to the group. But he lets you know that there seems to be about 12 goblins in the camp. There's 8 of them around the fire, and then 1 chieftain sort of chanting, and then there's 3 more sort of stationed around the perimeter. It doesn't look like they were too well armored, and Stan did not see Amanita anywhere, but there are some like huts and stuff around as well. So it's possible she could be in one of those. That's about all the information that you can glean though at the moment.
Well, I think maybe we need to go look inside the huts, and if she's not there, it's time to take a look around somewhere else.
I think we need to take out the 3 guards around, because if they notice us, they'll alert everyone else.
Okay. All right. So they're around the perimeter. So do you think you're going to sneak around and get them as sort of hit them up one at a time, or?
Miss, do you think you'd be able to take them out?
I could try.
We could all take one at a time.
You could do that.
Each one of us take one, and we can get rid of them.
So what do you think? Divide and conquer? Yeah, fortune favors the bold.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Worth a try.
I
Worst
didn't
that can
get where
happen
I'm
is
at
try
by
to run.
looking like everyone else, so let's
Alright.
do it.
All right. So describe it to me. You're all going after these 3 around the perimeter. So if you could each take a turn telling me how you're approaching the one that you're approaching.
All right. I'm going to approach mine extremely quiet and thoughtful, and I'm going to try to get around behind him to use my backstab.
Okay. All right. So let's roll on the backstab. Let's roll 2d6 on that.
And that is plus dex.
Yeah.
So that's a +2. That's a 9.
9. All right. So you can choose one of the following on that. You can choose that you don't get into melee with them. You can choose that you deal damage plus 1d6. You can create an advantage plus 1 forward on your on you or an ally, so that's plus 1 to your next die roll. Or you can reduce their armor by 1 until they repair it.
I'm going to go with deal damage plus d6.
Okay. All right. So have at it.
And I also get, because I use a, whatever the heck that thing is called, my dexterity plays a thing into it as well. The rapier, because it has precision.
Okay.
I can add my dexterity, which is another 2.
Okay.
So, alright, I'm going to roll a d8.
Okay.
That's a 6, 7, 8, plus a d6.
Okay. Roll the d6.
There you go.
All right. So he gonna die. All right. He gonna die. So you can describe that, but wait, before you describe his death, let's move to the next person and see what they're doing.
Alright.
So I think Meep's gonna like duck kinda and just like shuffle through the grass, but Meep's gonna keep Meep's distant from the guard that Meep goes after, so Meep's just gonna pull out Meep's bow and fucking put one through his head.
Alright. So you're gonna do volley, and on volley it's 2d6 plus dex.
Let's see. Hopefully we're okay. Hopefully we're
Yeah.
okay. Alright, that's a 9.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, you can choose one of the following. You have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger, or you have to take what you can and get minus 1d6 to damage, or you have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1. So one of your ammo stacks would be gone.
I think I'll take what I can get.
Okay, so you're gonna move into a shot, placing you in danger.
I guess.
Okay, all right, all right. So then roll for damage.
Which is
Whatever your what are you, ranger?
Mm-hmm.
So a D8.
8.
Yep.
Just one. Ah!
Yes!
What did you roll?
She got an 8, man. She got an 8.
You got the 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, luckily that there. So he gonna die. So you're gonna describe that in just a second. We're gonna move on.
Okay.
To see what Thorin does.
So I have a quick question real fast.
Sure.
It says, because one of my enhancements that I chose, it says perfectly weighted, and it says add precise. Is that like a thing you add to your attack, or what does that mean?
Precise means you get to add your dexterity plus to your attack.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna sneak up behind him and like grab him by the mouth, and then just try and stab him.
Stab him. You have nunchucks.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna take my nunchucks.
Drink we made.
Different character. Sorry. So I'm gonna go up, and I'm just gonna try and throw my nunchucks around his neck and just slowly pull it up and try and choke him out.
All right. Let's see if it happens. So let's get our 2d6.
Ooh. It's gonna be a 11.
Okay, so it definitely happens. All right. So all right. So let's start with Mist. Explain the death.
Alright, so I sneak up behind him, and I do a little whistle on one side, and he turns his head, and I pop up on the other side, and it's like, surprise, sucker. And he turns around, and I give him a kiss, and I cut his throat.
Nice. And so then his body falls to the ground quietly, obviously, because you're.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Because I catch him.
Yep.
And I lay him down. I say,
Right.
"Good night, sweet prince."
All right. Nice. All right, Meep.
So as Meep gets behind him at a distance, Meep readies the bow and pulls it back and just soundlessly lets it go, and the bow goes straight through his fucking head, and you can see the arrow on the other side of his face, but he falls down on it and it pops back out.
Okay.
When he falls.
Nice. All right. And Thorin?
So Thorin takes his cup chucks, throws them around his neck, and is pulling up close, making him pass out. And as he passes out, Thorin just whispers in his ear, "Your clothes are shabby."
Dear God.
All right. So all this happens like at the exact same time. I mean, it's like, just, amazing. However, Meep, when you've shot your arrow, the snap of the bow has resonated, so the sound can be heard. And so
Okay.
the goblins dancing in the forest have stopped dancing. They know someone's in the forest. They don't know where you are, but they are now on alert. They are no longer distracted by the ritual. And so they all draw the weapons, the 8 plus the chieftain who was casting, or whatever, he's also like looking around. He's like looking like, where is it? So they're all now slowly starting to fan out towards the forest, and you are all separated at the moment. So what happens next?
I'm gonna go hide in one of those huts.
Okay, all right. There's gonna be a roll for that. So, but
That's hard, man. I was better than fighting like 60 goblins.
All right. So what is everybody else doing?
Meep's gonna run off bickering with Stan, blaming him for it. Just thought he did that. But Meep's gonna scale a tree and hopefully hide.
Okay, all right. And then what's Thorin doing?
Thorin is gonna look for a ditch or somewhere he can hide until they pass, and then try sneaking past them.
Okay. So if everyone will roll 2d6, and that'll be let's see, it'll be dexterity plus for everyone, because you're all trying to do like sneaky things.
Oh, good. That's great. I get a 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Dexterity.
What was the dice?
2d6.
2d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get a 5.
Oh shit. That's a 6.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
So, Mist, as you're trying to sneak into one of the huts, you open the flap and you enter, and as you enter, you catch 2 goblins in the act, if you know what I mean.
Sweet.
Oh dear.
And they see you. They are not happy. They immediately draw weapons, and you are now engaged with the 2 of them.
Awesome.
Meep, as you're climbing the tree, bickering with Stan, your bickering is just too loud. 2 goblins latch onto the sound of you, and they're now like running towards the tree. And then Thorin, you dive into your ditch, and 3 goblins have just passed over you, but one of them like turns back. They can smell something. They're like, "What is that?" They smell something. So here we are. What's happening?
We fucking suck. Okay.
Well, someone's fucking, but it ain't me. Alright. Crap.
So they don't exactly know where I'm at. They just know I'm in the area, right?
Yeah. They sense you're in the general vicinity.
Okay. I'm going to try throwing a rock in like the opposite direction to make a noise to see if I can make them go farther that way.
Okay. So yeah, let's do 2d6 on a dex for that then.
Oh, no. That's gonna be a 3.
Cool. Cool.
Oh,
No.
You throw the rock, but man, your aim is terrible, and you ping one of them in the side of the head. No damage, but they know exactly where you are. So you've got 3 goblins like now hot on you, and one of them has and loosed an arrow at you, and that is grazed you for that 4 damage. God.
ooh.
Yeah. All right. So, and you guys are engaging?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw some throwing daggers at their faces.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna do volley then.
Sure.
You'll have to roll for each of them. You'll have to roll 2. So 2d6 for one, and then 2d6 for the other, plus dex.
Sweet. Oh, I guess that was 1, huh? All right, I'll do it again. So 5, and whatever that was, it's behind that.
Okay.
6. So that's what, 13?
Yep. So that one
With dex,
one's gonna be a hit. Let's go ahead and roll for the other one too while we're at it.
and that's 12.
Nice. Okay. Great.
So I threw them at their eyes.
All right, cool. So roll your damage. What are you thief? So
D8.
D8. Yep. So roll a D8 for each.
6
Okay.
and an 8.
All right. So it's a male and a female. So you've tossed the daggers. The one catches the male right in the eye, into his brain. He falls to the ground. The female, it's in the eye, but it's just like left of center. So she takes a massive amount of damage, but she's not quite dead yet. She's still kind of running at you with this dagger sticking out of her face. She's enraged because she didn't get hers, and she's pretty angry at the moment. All right,
And
and she's got a dagger in her face. She don't care. She's so mad. And so in the meantime, Meep, what's happening?
So, listen, hear me out here. Would you say that they know that someone's there or something's there?
They know you're there. Like they're coming after. They say you in the tree. They're coming after you.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. How far do you think I am up the tree? Do you think I'm like proper footing? Like, would I be able to start shooting from there, or
Sure.
do I need?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So that's what Meep's gonna do, I guess. Meep's gonna draw the arrow back and fucking go ham.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna take some shots.
Yeah.
All right. So let's roll for the first one.
D6.
Yep. 2d6. Yep.
8, and then plus anything.
Plus dex.
9.
Okay. So you've loosed the arrow on the one, and then let's go ahead and roll for damage as well. So a d8, I think. What is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh fuck. Okay, 2.
All right. So you've loosed the arrow, and I'll give you an option. You can shoot arm or leg. That's up to you.
Take out their leg.
All right.
No more walking.
So you catch him sort of right in the foot, doing 2 damage, and you've sort of like stuck the one foot to the ground. So it's gonna take him a second to get that up. But the other one has thrown a dagger at you, and you're gonna incur 4 damage. Wow, these dice are not your friends today. Yep. So 4 damage on you from the dagger. The dagger comes at you, and it slices you sort of across the forearm and sticks in the tree behind you. So, and so now we're going to cut over to Thorin. Thorin, what's happening?
Well, seeing how I have a crappy throwing arm, I guess all I can do is I'm gonna attack the. How are they coming at me? All 3 of them together,
Yeah,
or is it just
all 3 of them rushing you?
all right? All right. So I'm gonna attack and just try and do as much damage as I can to him.
Okay. So let's say you've got one in the middle, one to the left, one to the right. Which one are you going for?
I'm gonna go to the. Which one has the bow?
The one to the left.
So I'm gonna attack the one to the left. Hopefully, I can knock him out and
right.
then try and get away.
So let's do 2d6 for your hack and slash.
All right. So we get. Whew. That's gonna be a 12.
Okay. All right. So and then let's go ahead and roll for damage too. So you got a D10.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
It's gonna be 5 damage.
Okay. So you're not going to kill him, but you'll definitely wound him. So describe to me the actions that you're going to take.
So I'm gonna take my cup chucks out. I'm gonna do like a Michelangelo kind of thing where I'm just like wah, 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 and then I'm just gonna whap him right upside the head.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
How he died.
So you catch him in the side of the head with your cup chucks, and he stumbles back. He's definitely disoriented. Do you sort of leap back or out of the way, or are you just like in the thick of it with these other two?
No, I'm gonna try and leap back. I did what I wanted to. I wanted to try and disorient the one with the bow. So if I run, then I have a better chance.
Okay. So are you dashing then? Are you running away at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, all right. Let me get 2d6 on Defy danger then, if you're gonna run away.
Is that gonna be dexterity
plus,
or
plus dex? Yeah.
Whew. That's gonna be a 10.
Sweet. All right. So yeah, you make a mad dash. The others are a little stunned by what happened to their friend. So you have like a few seconds where you've like put maybe like let's say 20 feet between you and them. Also, guys, don't forget to be marking experience. I think you've all got like had a fail roll in the last encounters. So go ahead and mark an experience for those things. So you've left some distance. Now we cut back to Mist in the tent. He's now being rushed by this very angry female goblin. What do you do?
So I was told by my ancient master to sweep the leg. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna roll still hack and slash on that plus strength because you're sweeping a leg. Okay.
All right.
I want her to like fall on the dagger, and it just pushes further in, and that's how she dies.
That's what I'm hoping as well.
So yeah. So yeah. Roll your 2d6.
All right. That's a 7.
Plus what is your strength?
My strength is.
Of course, it's not really matter.
No, not really. It's an 8.
Yep. So okay. Well, so if your strength's an 8.
It's a -1, yeah. So
minus
it's
-1. So well, no, you're at a 6 now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a fail. So it does matter. All right. So she as she's running at you, this beast of a woman grabs the dagger in her eye, pulls it out, and slashes at you in one motion. She's running by, catching you in the shoulder as she runs by. She's not seeing very well, so it's a nick. But you're gonna take 2 damage on that.
Oh man, she stabbed me with my own knife.
Yep. So so then now Meep, what is happening?
Okay, so how long would you say that the one's going to be stuck in the ground for?
He's still working at it, so you've got maybe like this turn, and by the next turn he's definitely mobile. The other one's still like after you though. You had 2.
Right. So if I jump down, would I get damage from that?
Let's say no. We'll say no.
No? Okay. How close is the one that's running at me?
It's basically at the base of the tree.
Okay, so I'm gonna fucking take the dagger out of the tree and jump down on him.
Okay, so you're coming down like Legend of Zelda style. You're like,
right.
I'm
gonna fucking
So yeah, okay. So we're gonna attack, and that's gonna be really strength on that. So let's do 2d6 plus strength.
It's a 9, and then I have an 8. So is that a -1?
Yeah, so that's an 8.
Okay.
All right, so you're coming down, but you're gonna do your damage. So let's go ahead and roll for damage too. So you're gonna do your
D8.
D8. Yep.
God, please give me something.
We're eating it
The
bad.
dice are hating us today, people.
What'd you get?
A 2.
Oh dear God! All right. Yep. So as you're coming down, you jump from the top, but you slightly misjudge like one of the branches below you, and so as you're coming down, you bump it, right? So it puts your fall at a slight tilt. So as you're coming down, you are going to catch the goblin with the knife, but you're also going to hit the ground pretty hard, not on your feet. So where are you hitting the goblin?
I'm gonna rip up one of their arms, I guess.
All right, so you're going to come down shoulder, bicep, forearm.
Right.
All right, so you're going to slash down the arm and hit the ground kind of with a thud, and you're going to take some damage. So that's a D3. So a D4. So that's 3 damage on you for the ground that you hit. So you hit sort of like shoulder and you tumble to the side, taking some damage. So, yep. So Thorin, you've run some distance. The 3 goblins, they are now heading your way again. What do you want to do?
About how far behind me are they?
So you're about 20 feet away.
20 feet.
Yeah.
Would I have heard Meep falling to the ground from where I'm at?
Maybe. What do you think?
Or am I too far away from her? So let's say I heard her. I heard Meep fall to the ground and make a thud. I want to try and run and help Meep.
Okay.
Since I'm like 20 feet away from him, I can go and hopefully take out maybe one of them.
Okay, so you're going to attack one of the ones that's... so you're going to attack the one that she just injured, or the one whose foot is stuck to the ground but who is very soon to be free?
I wanna try and run, like maybe try running past the guy that has his foot stuck to the ground and just do like a just lazy chuck, smack him in the head.
Okay.
As I run by.
All right, so 2 hack and slash plus strength, so 2d6.
That's gonna be a 10.
Oh, nice. Okay, sweet. And then let's go ahead and roll for damage too, then.
All right. Oh, are you kidding me? It's gonna be a 1.
Oh man. Okay.
There's no saving Meep. When you get involved with Meep, this episode,
I still want this to be over for you guys, but it's not. It's just not.
It's not.
So you run by, you slap the guy in the back of the head, but because you are running and you're concerned about Meep, your aim is just off. So you just kind of like graze him in the back of the head, and then he takes the 1 damage. Yep. And so do you run to Meep's side then, or are you now like joining up with Meep then?
Yeah, I want to go help Meep up and try and get away from where we're at.
All right, cool. So you give Meep a hand and you get her off the ground, or get Meep off the ground. But don't forget these other 3 goblins. They are also sort of like going to be headed your way very soon. Meanwhile, Mist, you've just been cut. You've just been cut by this angry goblin lady. What's happening?
I'm extra mad. I'm gonna, since how she's run past me and she's now facing away from me, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin and use my backstab with my sword. Get that extra dex stab.
Okay. All right. So let's roll 2d6. See if it happens.
Man, that's a 5.
Make sure you mark that experience.
Today is not our day.
Dear
No,
God.
it is
It's not our day.
We can't do this.
I am switching over to actual dice because I'm convinced that the computer hates me.
Hey, my dice ain't doing much better. I don't know about that.
All right. So you go to backstab said goblin, but she's already turned around and she's seen you, and she in the style of the Spartans kicks you out of the tent, and she yells in the goblin language, this is Tanglewood, right? And you fly back out of the tent, landing on your back on the ground. You are taking 4 damage on that. Now, I will say, don't forget, one of the things you can pull out of your traveling gear is potions. So, I don't know what your healths are at. I'm not keeping track of that, but you should be. So just as a reminder, if things are starting to get pretty dire, you might want to look at that. So you landed on your back outside of the tent. You've taken 4 damage, and there's the goblin chieftain is still there, and there are 3 goblins who are still searching the perimeter in the distance because they've all fanned out. And obviously the one from the tent will be emerging, coming after you, I'm sure. So just bear that in mind as we continue forward. Meep and Thorin, you've got the one who's now freed his foot from the arrow, and then the other one who you hit in the back of the head, and he's just really angry at this point. So what's happening?
So, Mute's definitely gonna have to be searching through a bag. So, Mute's gonna do that, and then I'm gonna 6 stand on them while I'm doing that. Okay. So I can save me some time.
Right. So you're gonna use the potion. If you'll roll a d6 on that for me for the heal.
It's a 6.
Oh, that's nice. Well, there you go. So here's for 6 damage, and then let's roll 2d6 plus dex for your animal attack.
It's a 10.
Nice. All right. So which one are you attacking? The one that had the arrow in his foot, or the one that was that threw the dagger at you?
The one that's closest to me. I'm taking that fucker out.
Okay, so that's the one that threw the dagger at you because they were at the base of the tree. Then let's roll a d8 on that for damage.
It's 5.
5. Okay. So
they had 2 before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They had fucking 2 before.
All right.
Fuck.
So not quite dead, but Stan can really maul the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Stan's going ham.
Let's so I'll have you describe that for me in just a second.
Okay.
Thorin, what are you doing?
Well, Thorin needs to heal, so to sort of get the guy that's closest to us off our back for a second, Thorin's gonna reach into his beard, grab some glitter, and throw it in his pocket glitter into his eye to make it where I'll have time to get my potion out.
well, the one closest to you is being attacked by Stan, so that's probably not going to be necessary, right?
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I mean, if you want to take him out, I think. Does he have only 1 health left?
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll just use my cup chucks and take him out.
Okay, so let's roll 2d6 on hack and slash for that. So 2d6 plus strength.
Ooh! It's gonna be... And then I also add my dex because I've add precise, right?
Okay.
So it's gonna... That's gonna be a 15, sir.
Jesus Christ. All right. So, all right. So I'm also going to give you the option that you can make a move for additional danger for a 1d6 additional danger if you want to attack the other one also, but that will open you up to attack. You don't have to take that option. That's just available to you.
Feel like I should take the opportunity since I have it.
Okay.
How close are the other goblins to us?
They're not there yet. I mean, you ran pretty quick, so it'll be another move before they're at you.
Nah, I'm not gonna take it. I'm just gonna try and heal.
Okay. All right. So, all right then. So let's roll your damage on that goblin.
All right.
Not that it's really.
It's gonna be a 9.
Jesus Christ. All right. So
Finally.
So Stan is
1 down, 30 to go.
So Stan is mauling the ever-loving crap out of this thing. I mean, he's pretty much a bloody mess in the face as it is. Not dead, but he can't see. You know, it looks like his face has been ripped off. But then you come in, and what do you do to this guy? Because he's going to die.
I'm like so mad that like all my attacks and all my throws are just not working for me. And then like some old timey like heavy metal music start getting into my head. So I tie my cup chucks to my beard and I start thrashing it around and smacking this dude with it.
Okay. All right. And what happens? Does he get bashed in the skull or?
He's just getting bashed everywhere with pocket glitter going everywhere in his eyes and his mouth and everything. It's just like a glitter whirlwind of death.
Okay, all right. So, like like a scene out of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You know, he's just taking these massive hits, right? And with just glitter everywhere, and with the squirrel just mauling his face at the same time. And Stan's having a great time. He's dodging the cup chuck hits like it's DDR. He's like,
You're just going, oh,
So you finish your combo, and Stan does a backflip off of the guy's face, lands in the grass, does a pose, you know, and,
JoJo pose.
and then he tips his top hat off, right? And
Oh my God.
the goblin just falls to the ground, and a cloud of like grass and dust, you know, from either side of him spews up, and so the goblin that you attacked and put the arrow in his foot and he's free. He takes a step back because he's seen all this, and it's just horrifying.
Can Stan do an intimidation where he just like sits there and he hisses at him? He's like,
Sure. But that's happening, and then we cut to Mist, who's still on his back outside with the chieftain and the lady who's kind of bearing down on him. Mist, what's happening?
Well, first I'm going to take one of those healing potions I took off one of those minotaurs. I'm going to drink that thing.
Nice. So let's do a D6 for health.
It'll be a 1, I'm sure, but let's do this.
4, you know, that's you get a little something back. All right. So you've taken your health. It's going to take you a second to get off the ground, so you're not going to have a moment to attack, but you can run away if that's something you'd like to try and do, or make some distance.
I think distance would be good.
All right, so let's do a Defy Danger then. Let's do 2d6 plus Dexterity.
8.
Okay, 8. So you hop to your feet and you start running away. As you do, the spellcaster like fires off just a really quick spell that hits you, and he casts a spell of disorientation. You're going to take a -1 to your next dice roll.
Good.
Right. But you're unharmed at the moment. You've made a little bit of distance. Also, as that happens, the goblin lady that's like kicked you out, she just blows out of the thing and puts her hands to either side and just yells in the air, screaming something in that you can't understand in goblin language, and you can just see the rage coming off of her, and so that's happening. Meanwhile, our good friends over by the tree, Meep and Thorin, the 3 goblins that were chasing Thorin have now caught up to the scene, and the one goblin that saw the horrific mauling glitter storm. He's like chittering to them in goblin language really quickly and kind of like telling them stuff. And they look a little concerned, but they're also angry because they see their dead friend on the ground. And they are bearing down on you at this very moment. What's happening?
I'm gonna heal.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna use a healing potion.
All right. So let's do a d6.
All right, 1d6.
Yep.
That's a 6.
Nice. All right. So you heal for 6. So while you're doing that, you sort of lack the option to do an attack. But you could certainly aid in a friend's attack if that's something you wanted to do. Meep, what are you doing?
Quick question.
Yes.
Could Meep track down traps in the forest?
Yes.
Is that something Meep could do?
Sure. Yeah. Hunt and track. Let's see. Call shot. Yeah. We'll say that's something you can do. There's not a move for it, but we'll figure something out. So,
Okay.
What's your thought? What are you trying to accomplish here?
Oh, I was gonna say that we could run and then on the fly find some traps and use them to our advantage.
Okay. All right.
Like trap them and lower the number as we go.
All right. So yeah, if you want to do that, we'll finding traps. We're gonna call that like intelligence. So you roll 2d6 plus intelligence, and Thorin, you can run roll 2d6 plus your bonds to aid in that if you want.
So I roll 2d6 and then our bonds?
Yeah.
Okay. So what would our bonds be?
You have one bond, so it'd be +1 to whatever your dice roll is.
Okay. All right.
I got a 5.
Oof.
I got a 9.
Okay. So you do give the +1, but it by and large just doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Because that only pumps you up to a 6. So you do run, and you spot some traps, and you're going to run by them. But while you're paying attention to those traps, you sort of like stumble into another one.
Son of a bitch.
Right. So you both get caught up in a net trap. You've been like strung up in this net trap, pulled up into the air, hanging from a tree, as the goblins run sort of just right underneath you. And so you now have 4 goblins, the 3 that were chasing you guys, and then the one that had previously had an arrow in his foot. To recap, the one that had an arrow in his foot had 5 damage, and then there was it 1 damage, I believe, to the one with the bow. So that's what's happening there. We're going to cut over to Mist. Mist, what's the deal?
Yay. Hell, I don't know. I'm going to charge the Goblin Chieftain because he seems more dangerous than the really mad, already damaged lady with the dagger.
Right. Okay. All right.
And I'm going to stab him with my sword.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's do 2d6. What's your dex?
9. Oh, finally a freaking roll.
All right. All right. So, and then let's go ahead and roll for damage too. Let's roll your d8.
Yes. Stupid Goblin Chief, die.
Yeah. So, you're gonna murder the chief. Explain to me how it happens.
Yeah, so I run up and I stab him through the heart, and I do a 300 kick into the fire, so he just flies into the fire.
Okay.
Burns.
All right.
And then I turn and look at the lady near the tent. I said, "You're next. If you don't leave."
All right. So now you didn't roll a 10 plus, so you've done that. It's happened. The chief is burning. There's like almost purple flame coming up from the fire as his carcass just goes up. He's like toilet paper on fire. It's just like it's crazy how fast he's burning. Must be all that magic. But in the meantime, the super angry elf lunges at you.
Elf?
And I'm not elf, sorry, goblin.
I was like, "Oh, they changed gender sleep."
Yeah, it's the shapeshifter.
Whole new race.
But she lunges at you and she bites you on the leg, right?
Cool.
Right. And then you're going to take some damage on that one. So let's Jesus Christ, 4 damage.
A 4 shark?
I don't. The dice say yes. They have razor sharp teeth. They're like jagged.
I vote that you need to be using regular dice too, because it's obviously working too well for you.
I'm not.
I don't think you. You haven't gotten lower than a 3.
I know.
The whole time
Listen,
you've
I
been
want you
rolling.
guys to win. I never imagined this encounter taking so long, but the dice decide, right? That's how it works. So you now have a goblin just on your leg, like an accessory. You have a goblin ankle bracelet. So,
Oh dear.
Right.
You have an anklet.
Yeah, you have a goblet.
How trendy.
So, anyways, so that's going on, but then Meep and Thorin, they're being tracked down by these 4 goblins. What's happening?
I wanna. So we're stuck in
You're stuck in a net.
net.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to try and use my ability, bend bars, lift gates.
Sure. Okay.
Which, when you use pure strength to destroy an inanimate obstacle.
Yep.
So I'm gonna roll.
Yep. 2d6.
Ugh. Yeah, I got a 4. That did nothing.
Oh,
Do you
God.
help, bud? I can try and cut it down with the dagger that I still have.
Okay.
Okay. I was.
So you get a 4, but you just get more tangled up in the nets. Yeah, you're just
Why does this always happen?
right. You're just completely caught up. Your beard's stuck in it. It's just a nightmare. So Meep, your incompetent short friend is struggling super hard. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and cut the rope since he wasn't able to brute force it.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. If you want to do that, that's fine. You can roll 2d6 plus strength.
Also, are they under us or are they still coming towards us?
They're under you.
Would you say that we'd be able to knock them down if we land on them, or would they just catch us?
If it depends on what you roll, right? So let's see what happens.
Okay. You said 2d6 plus... Plus what?
Plus dex or no strength. Sorry, you're just basically cutting. You're like,
Oh, boy. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it.
Now we're both tangled in a net.
Here you go.
Oh no!
dear God.
No. Oh.
Okay. So here's what happens. As
Can
you,
we get Amanita to come help? Is that something?
Ooh.
where is she? I don't know. You haven't found her yet. It's a nightmare. So, wow, this campaign is not going swimmingly.
No.
This is a very short campaign, guys. It was
know.
good playing with y'all.
we might be going 5 weeks instead of 4. I don't know. But anyways, so you get tangled up in the net also, and as you're trying to struggle to get free, it's just getting worse and worse. Meanwhile, Thorin over there also is struggling, and he sort of inadvertently kicks you in the face.
Ooh.
Right. And
My bad.
Give him
that's
4 damage.
Jesus Christ. So for 4 damage,
Are you fucking serious? What kind of fucking legs do you have, Thorin?
their
I'm
dwarf legs are very
powerful.
strong. They're stout, right? It makes sense.
They
Fucking
go for days. That's what.
So also while that's happening, the goblins, the one with the bow, shoots you down. He shoots down the net, but you are still unfortunately tangled in it at the moment as you fall to the ground. Mist.
Yeah, man.
You and your goblin ankle bracelet. What's going on?
I'm sick of this damn goblin. So if it's biting my leg, I'm assuming that it's defenseless, right? Because it's just latched onto me, holding onto me.
I mean, she's still like. I mean, she has some wits about her. So, I mean, if you attack her, you'll still have to roll some dice. But sure.
Okay, so if she's defenseless, I'm going to use frickin' backstab, and I'm going to stab her in the damn back.
Okay. All right. Sure. Let's roll some dice on that plus dex.
All right. So It's 2d6. 3. Oh, great. 4. That's a 5 and a 6.
Okay. Sure. So you go to you go to backstab, but she's squirrely, right? So she
You can't use that to describe her. Only Stan is squirrely.
You're right. My bad. She's chipmunky. I don't know.
Monkey? I don't know.
So yeah, she lets go as you go to make your stab and draws back as you're going to make the stab, and you sort of like stumble because you expect to like hit, and instead you're like hitting dead air. So you stumble forward and you fall into the fire for just like half a second. Right.
Good. I take 4 damage. Yep. Mike, you got some trick ass dice, man.
You take 4 damage.
I told you the computer system it's not flawless.
Okay. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's extra unfortunate.
Yeah. So you're kind of on fire.
For everyone else.
Gosh, we sure do need Amanita right now, right? So please don't die in the side quest encounter.
Might happen.
Yeah, that's wrong about that right now.
I think.
Right. So, anyways, Meep and Thorin, you managed to wriggle free of the netting, but you are also surrounded on all 4 sides by goblins. The one with the bow is to your left. Then you've got one with the sword in front of you. The one who had the bow in his or had the knife in his foot. He's to your right, and behind you is a fully healthed one with the sword. So, what's happening?
Meep, if you're okay with it, I want to try something. I want to try grabbing Meep by the hands and then just swinging Meep around and to let Meep kick them all in the face in a circle motion.
Okay, all right, sure.
Meep is okay with this.
Yeah. So you're basically doing a combo attack. I need you both to roll 2d6 on hack and slash.
What do we need to add to it?
Well, so Matt will add strength, and you can add dex.
Okay, I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Nice.
The feet are ready. Let's go.
All right.
Feet of doom.
Right. And then so, in addition to that, I'm gonna need Meep to roll damage on all 4 of them. So 1 for each.
Okay. So 1 takes 7.
Okay. So
Nice.
So we'll go in order that they are. So the one in front of you is gonna take 7.
All right. The next one takes 5.
Okay. Are we going clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise.
Okay. So the one that takes 5. Okay. So all right.
The next one's gonna take 3.
Okay.
And then the next one takes 7.
Okay. All right. So, the one directly in front of you, they're gonna die.
Awesome.
Right. The one.
Feet of.
The one to your right, they're gonna die. Right. The one behind you, they're gonna live. All right. So you'll just kind of graze them in some way, and the one to your left is also gonna die. So you're gonna kill 3 goblins, and but you still got 1. So explain to me how this like windmill of chaos happens.
So Thorin's gonna look at Meep and be like, Meep, I've got a crazy idea. Do you trust me?
Meep's just gonna be like, Meep has no other option right now, so yeah.
And Thorin's just gonna grab Meep by the hands and go, taste Meep's feet.
And
Yeah.
listen. The taste of Meep's feet is so disgusting that they can't handle it. They're toxic in nature.
It's too hot to trot, man.
Wow. Okay.
Has to take off Meep's shoes for this one.
All right. So you take the time to remove your shoes, and the goblins are so
She's got
bewildered.
fancy feet.
Like the goblins are like, "What the is gonna happen right now?" They're like, "What is this happening?"
Listen,
They're confused.
Meep raises one hand and is like, "One moment." I gotta get comfortable for this one.
All right. So and then Thorin grabs you by the hands and starts the windmill process. Right.
Right.
So the one in front of you, by smell alone is dead. Right. Is that what we're saying?
Right.
The smell alone. Okay.
The second one gets like a mouthful of foot, and he's just he gets it bad.
Okay. A mouthful of foot dies. So toxic. Like poison feet. You have poison feet. Okay. I got this.
Right.
So the one behind you, you're gonna kind of clock him in the cheek, but he's also like, as the first two got hit, he's dodging back. So you've just like hit him in the mouth, but he's jumped back. He's taken 3
He's
damage.
like, what?
And then the one to the left, you're still killing this guy. So same thing, just like toxic foot death, falls to the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say this one, like, she gets him on, like, the chin, and it just, like, fucking turns his head around, like, upside down. Kind of.
All right.
Okay.
And you
Nice.
Like, the momentum of going around just really gets him, and that's how he dies.
Whole like exorcist style.
Certainly,
Right.
His
certainly.
neck just spin.
So yeah, that happens. And now there is a slight unfortunate side because obviously you rolled an 8.
Ooh.
So you've done all this, and the 3 have died. The 1 has been hit, and he's jumped back. Thorin, in his excitement, kind of lets go at the end. He lets go. And
If you kill me,
so he kind of hurls you a little bit, into the distance, and you sort of just like land on the ground, and you're gonna take some damage.
wait.
Let me guess.
Wait,
4 damage.
It'll be a
Before you
four.
do this,
That'd be 8.
can all of you pray for me? Just pray right quick.
All right, I think none of you are religious, so I don't know if that's gonna help.
4.
Oh,
It'll be a 4.
stop.
It's a 2.
See?
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, so mark 2 damage from just hitting the ground and being tossed like a rag doll.
Fucking asshole. You
Right.
could have held on.
My bad.
All right, so Mist, that angry woman who just won't quit. What's happening?
I'm gonna lay on the ground and die.
I'm just gonna lay down.
You just accept defeat.
This naked troll lady is really screwing me up. I'm gonna lay on the ground and just tell her to come at me, big girl. As she runs at me, I'm gonna stick my sword in the air and hopefully I kill her.
All right, so let's 2d6 plus dex.
That's 11.
Oh.
Finally.
So she runs at you and she dives for you. She wants to bite your face off, right? And you're gonna murder her. What happens?
She falls slowly on the sword, and as she gets close to my face, I look into her one good eye, and I say, "You've never had anything any bigger, have you?" And then I roll off in the fire too.
Okay, so she lets off like a gurgle of death, and you roll in the fire. She catches flames, normal color flames. She's not magical, and of course dies. And then do you stand up? Victory pose. What's happening?
I can't stand up. I'm basically dead. Half my legs eaten. I would like to stand up and drink the last potion I
Yeah,
had.
sure. I'll give you that option. That's fine.
Okay. I roll for this again.
Yeah, it's a d6.
1d6.
It'll be a damn one. Watch. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
like,
yeah,
I tried to drink it.
missed
Most
your
of it
face.
dropped out of my mouth, apparently.
yeah, you're shaking up. So you take a swig, but a lot of it dribbles down your face because you're tired. And
Hey, does it roll down into my wound on my leg? 'Cause that might-
No. It just falls right to the ground, and because it's like acetone and evaporates almost instantly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very sad. All right, so the other goblin you guys have out there, what's happening with that?
So
I'm gonna run away. I'm done with goblins. I hate them. Minotaur died by my hand, but goblins, I'm never gonna fight them.
fuck.
I told you we should have gone and got Goblin Slayer.
So we left Stan back there as we were running, and since like he's smaller, it takes him a little bit longer to catch up.
Mhm.
So like as we kill those other goblins and Meep is thrown to the fucking ground, Stan comes running and mauls the other one.
Okay, let's do a 2d6 plus dex on that.
Fucking 6.
Okay. Okay. So,
Stan misses.
right.
His aim's off. He just goes flying.
Sure. Yeah, Stan goes to Maul. But this may be the cleverest and most quickest of goblins. Grabs Stan, like Stan runs and jumps, and he grabs Stan, and just like tosses him. He's like, so Stan comes flying at you and sort of like hits you in the face for just 1 damage. So
Okay.
Thorin, what's up?
So I see Stan get thrown,
Mhm.
and so I'm gonna attack the goblin that's left, just to take him down.
Sure.
Give us a chance to recharge. So I'm gonna attack this guy.
Yep, 2d6 plus strength, and then you can use your dex too, right? Because
Yeah. That's an 8.
Okay. All right. And let's roll your d10 for damage.
Why can't we get anything above an 8?
That's also an 8.
Okay. All right.
Finally take him out.
So you're,
Goodbye.
you're gonna murder the goblin. Tell me how it happens.
So just in my rage of seeing Stan thrown like a far ways, I just go up to him and like grab him by like hit. Do they wear shirts or is it just
No, it's
loincloth?
like a loincloth, basically.
I'm gonna grab him by his loincloth and I'm gonna shove him into the tree behind him.
Okay. All right. So you do that. You shove him into the tree, and you do it. You do it with such force that the tree rattles. I mean, like you can hear it across the forest. You're angry, and so he sort of like kind of explodes as you like from the tree. Parts go everywhere.
Oh, nice.
You get a little like goblin on your face. But the force of you hitting the tree has sort of alerted the other goblins that were out in the perimeter to your presence now. So they're still off in the distance. They're not here yet, but they are certainly headed back towards the encampment. So what's happening? Are we regrouping, or are we running away, or what's happening?
I'm gonna go help Meep up.
Yep.
And then we're gonna try and go run and meet up with Mist.
Right.
So
While they're grouping up, I want to go look inside the empty hut that I was already in to see if we can pilfer while I'm waiting.
Okay. All right. So you've gone into the tent. Let's if you roll 2d6 plus intelligence for discern realities.
And that'll be a 6.
Yeah.
There's a child goblin sitting in the corner waiting.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. So you discern nothing. There's nothing of value inside this tent that you can see. So I'm sorry.
Oh, I get it's actually a 7 for me.
Oh! How so?
Because I have the human rascal move and I get to discern realities is a +1.
Oh, nice.
And scout lore is also a +1.
Okay, cool. So you do see something. How about that? That's nice.
Great.
Cool. You find a stash of bombs.
Sweet.
Yep, you find 3 of them. You find 3 bombs. And you also find 2 healing potions. So,
Awesome.
and then so you guys, you sort of you've been running and you sort of arrive at the encampment, kind of where the fire is, and sort of as you arrive, the 3 goblins are on patrol. Sort of arrive in your sight line. You can see them now. They're headed your way. They see you, and are none too pleased by your presence. So, what's happening?
I vote I throw a bomb at him and we run.
Okay.
Goblins.
All right. So,
What did the rest of you think?
I mean,
Does
how
Meep
are y'all looking on health?
I have no idea. I'm dead.
are you dead?
No. I've got, what was it, 4 minus that 1. No, I've got like 2 hit points left. I'm not doing good.
Does Meep have a second health potion?
Yeah. So your bag of adventuring gear has 5 uses.
Oh,
So you've used one, Meep and Thorin. Now Mist used the ones that he got off the Minotaurs.
Okay.
So he's not used his bag yet. So you can use another one and just mark another thing off of your 5 items.
Okay.
So
Do you guys want to try and heal?
yeah, we probably should.
Yeah. I can. I'm like 4 below max health, so I can distract him enough for you guys to heal.
all right. Well,
I think
Mist is throwing the bomb, so that's happening.
Yeah.
While that's
The
happening.
bomb will distract him.
Yeah, I can attack them while they're distracted to let you guys heal.
Yeah.
Try and deal with them.
All right. So let's do the bomb throw first. So roll 2d6 plus your dex on throwing the bomb.
Yay. 9.
All right, and then let's roll. It's a d10 on the bomb. So
5.
5. All right. So and it's sort of AOE damage. So you throw the bomb and it lands in the center of the 3 goblins and goes off, doing incendiary damage to all of them. And so they've got some charring and some little bit of disorientation, but the a little bit of shrapnel has shot back.
Oh, good. I'm
And
excited.
so if you would all roll 2d6 for Defy Danger.
Yay.
Is that Dex?
Yeah, plus Dex. Yeah.
That's a 7 for me. Yay.
Oh no!
I got a 5.
What'd you get, Thorin?
I got a 4.
Okay. So the both of you are taking 1 damage. Yep. You and then Mist. You sort of like dropped to the ground. It's missed you, but it'll take you a minute to kind of get back up. So you'll basically be down for just a minute. All right. So Meep and Thorin, what are you doing?
Pretty sure that killed Meep.
1 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meep
Wow.
was holding on.
Yep. Okay.
Thorin.
Well, let's deal with the death real quick.
Okay.
Wow, it's so early in the game. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna roll 2d6 on your death. So let's see what that comes out as.
A 6.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, wow, that sucks for you. Now there is some basically you're going to die, but it's at a time of my choosing. So you don't have to be dead just yet, right?
So
So
there no way for me to give her a healing potion?
You can.
Well, I didn't get to do the potion thing before he threw the bombs.
I was talking about using mine to give to you.
Well, let's do this. You can roll plus bonds to sort of aid in calling her back from the dead.
Okay.
So roll 2d6 plus bonds.
All right. Let's see if I can do this. It's gonna be, and the bonds plus 1.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
You're no help at all. All right.
I know. Well, unfortunately.
So here's what happens. Meep, you have essentially died, but you are visited by the ghost of your ancestors, and they tell you that you still have a purpose to fulfill, and that you must fulfill it before you can die. So you're going to rise as undead, but you are not entirely dead at this time. But you are undead status from here throughout the rest of the campaign. And when I will tell you that when the campaign is over, this character is gone. So
Okay.
so you will rise as undead. You'll be an undead gnome from this point. So all right. So you come back, and
Holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit.
I know, from a side quest. Let's get real.
Because holy shit.
Right. So you are now undead gnome, and so then we still have these goblins out in the way to deal with. So what you still have an action to do, Thorin.
Well, since I couldn't help Meep, I'm going to Mist is down, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Laying on the ground.
I'm gonna go and try and get Mist up, pull him up, and see if we can try and get away.
Okay. All right. So you're just gonna pick him up, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like pick him up and then be like, "Come on, we need to go."
So roll 2d6 plus strength.
Okay. Come on. Oh, now you want to give me a good roll. So that's gonna be a 14.
Okay. So yeah, you pull him up, lickety split.
Taking me away.
You pull him up, lickety split, and you grab onto Meep as well, and you sort of like dash off a ways. So as you're running away, what are you planning to do sort of next? The goblins are sort of regaining themselves, and they're gonna pursue.
Miss, do you have any more bombs?
I do. I have 2 more.
You want to throw another one? Sort of help us get farther distance?
I want to drink a potion first because I have a feeling shrapnel's going to hit me and kill me.
Okay. All right.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
She just came back from the dead. It's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I can imagine that Meep's gonna be very mad at Amanita when we find Amanita.
I'm going to be very mad at Amanita.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be like a -1 bond for them?
Minus 12 for me.
You can certainly fill in a new bond. Died trying to save.
Just so I could, and I think that's gonna really have an effect on Meep's character too. Wow, Meep died in order to try and get revenge on a race because one person didn't like Meep.
Yeah.
Meep died trying to save a character of the race that she hates.
Yeah.
Or Meep hates.
So roll a d6, Mist, if you could, for your healing.
Yes!
Oh, look at there! All right, man. Something goes right for someone at least. So you've done that. In the meantime, what are Meep? When you've been brought back, you've been brought back with full undead health, as it were. You're back to full health, as it were. So what are you doing?
Meep's gonna cross Meep's fucking arms and be dragged. That's what Meep's gonna do.
Okay.
No.
Meep is done helping at this point.
Sure.
We're leaving, me. We're not staying. I got to go. I can't drag you the whole way. I've got a big man baby on my shoulder,
That's
and
right.
I'm dragging you. We got to go.
All right.
Meep's gonna sigh and run on Meep's own, but Stan's gonna be giving some dirty looks.
Sure. All right. So
Thorn tried.
So you've made some considerable distance, and you're sort of out of sight of the goblin camp now. It doesn't seem as though they're in pursuit. What do you do? Are you going to sort of return to the goblin camp to keep searching, or maybe you're just like abandoning this quest?
I would like to find a tattoo artist and get "fuck goblins" tattooed on me. I'm of the opinion that we leave the mushroom girl to die in the goblin camp right now, because that was rough.
Well, you don't even know that she's there, right?
Well, if she's there, then she's dead. If she's not, I don't care. I'm done with that.
Sure.
Seconded.
Can we find a place to rest?
Sure. Yeah. If you want to like if you want to make some camp, that would be.
Who needs fucking rest? I'm dead.
Technically, you're undead, but
okay. So if y'all want to, while you're making camp, if you want to take a second to go get a drink or use the restroom, we'll take 5. All right.
okay.
Yep. Oh, you don't even know what's about to happen.
Oh no.
It's gonna be fun. Just give us
I doubt it.
a minute longer.
Is it gonna be fun?
Oh, it's fun for me.
Yeah.
Not
Meep's
for
gonna be pissed.
Meep's gonna
Yeah.
be pissed.
Yeah.
I figured that once Meep died, it was gonna be like Meep died for nothing, and I'm like, oh no.
Meep died to save a friend or enemy or something to that effect.
A frenemy.
Yep.
But so question:
Yes.
is Meep still killable at this point?
Yes, you can have permanent
Die
death.
early.
There's still a potential permanent death, right?
Yeah.
So, it'll be just another minute. I think we'll be having someone join us here in just a second. So, I'll be right back.
Hey, are we on pause for the stream?
No, the stream's still running.
Okay.
You know what? I'm pissed for Meep. At this point,
I'm pissed for Meep.
Meep deserved better. Maybe not. Meep was kind of a shit.
That's
didn't
great.
deserve to die. Like,
Meep was an ass, but did
Yeah.
Meep deserve to die?
right.
Oh.
You asked me? No.
Hey, you did take out some goblins with some smelly feet, so there you
You're
go.
right. You're right.
Good.
Good old stench of death.
Maybe now that you're undead, it'll work even better next time.
Her feet are literally rotting.
Oh, the stench of undeath.
Ah. Did he tell Lynn that Meat died?
Without it.
All right. So,
Have you told Lynn yet?
what will happen will happen. How about that?
Well, I just don't want you to tell her, that way when she gets on I can be like, I fucking hate you.
Like I said, what will happen will happen. The fiction writes itself.
Ooh.
I want her to be surprised. I just want her to be like,
She's
what's
like,
going on?
I want her to feel the pain.
Right. So
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Nope.
Can't hear you or see her.
nope.
All right. So, as we open back up, you guys have sort of made camp. It's been a couple hours. You sort of healed your wounds. You're back up to full. You've decided to abandon the quest to find Amanita. It's been too difficult, and you've already lost so much. You've lost so much, right? So your experience in the Nether, what was that like, Meep? You want to explain that a little bit to us?
So I'm going to say that it wasn't necessarily, I wouldn't say it was ancestors that came back to talk to me, but mainly it was Clyde.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Clyde was like, listen, you're not done, and I know that you have a grudge, but there's more to that, and you need to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Awesome. Good.
that's why you're going back.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Good.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Oh, where's she at? I don't even see.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Can't see you.
I don't see you. You don't exist.
Hello, we made it.
Sounds familiar.
Can you guys see her? Can you guys see her?
Yeah, I can
No.
see her. And
I
hear.
can't.
No. Okay. You might want to re-log in, possibly.
Oh no.
So I think it's because I'm on mobile right now instead of my laptop because I don't have my laptop with me.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, we'll just do voice only. That'll work for tonight, anyways. I do on stream have a picture in your
Because I did
place.
just log back in.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do audio. So as you're sitting at camp, licking your wounds, your good friend Amanita just kind of walks up to the camp, and so let's play that out real quick.
Awkward.
What do you say, Amanita?
She's gone.
Okay, hello, I'm back. Oh my god, what happened? Why does the little one look like that?
Well, we sort of had an incident when we were looking for you.
Meep is silent, and Meep just reaches down to take off a shoe. Someone, but like Stan just like stops Meeps. Like, no, it's not the time nor the place.
The incident?
We
I
went
fucking died.
I got my leg bit by a naked, whatever the crap, goblin.
Goblin.
I threw a rock poorly.
Oh,
you missed the most badass beard heavy metal death kill ever.
Does anyone even want to ask Amanita where she's been?
Sure.
No, you know what? Where the fuck were you? Meep was fucking pissed. were you out there having fun? Were you communicating with other, fucking mushrooms? Is that what you were fucking doing? Were you commingling while I was fucking dying?
I was picking these flowers and I found some really cool rocks while I was out. And I did not realize that you guys would have so much going on.
Oh dear God!
I've had those moments before.
I mean, to be fair, they're pretty cool.
Like I said, I understand.
Maybe if you show Meep the cool rocks, maybe Meep will calm down. But Meep is like shaking right now, like vibrating. Like
she would, but she's kind of having a crisis knowing that Meep is undead now, because does that mean Meep is a snack, or...
Oh. Frenemies all around. There you
Oh
go.
God. So after a bit of bickering and anger and frustration, of course, perhaps you all decide that the best thing you can do is just to get back on task with your quest of getting to this temple. So you return to your map and you start following its course again. And yes.
Do we heal from rest, or is that not a thing in this?
Yeah. We'll say everyone's like healed to full again.
Okay.
Whew, it was rough. But
that was a rough.
Sure. So you're all healed to full, and you've come to where sort of the map ends. The map says like this is as far as it's been mapped out. But you arrive, it's this giant wall of brambles, right? Just thick brambles. And there is what looks like a double-doored gate made of really thick roots. And in the center of that gate, there's sort of like an ovalish slot. So, what do you do?
I have a skull pendant that might fit that.
Okay. Do you want to stick it in?
Yeah,
I have some
sure.
cool rocks that might fit that.
So Mist has indicated he's gonna stick the skull pendant in. Are you going to try and stop him and put the rocks in instead, or are you just letting that happen?
just know if you do that, Meep might go for shit.
She's gonna stomp him.
Jesus Christ! All right. So roll 2d6.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't go on that entire whole quest for nothing. These are... Okay, hold on. 2D what?
2d6 plus your bond, so +1. 2d6 +1 to try and stop mist.
Meep having a panic attack.
Meep is reaching for an arrow at
6. That's a 3 and a 6. So that's 10.
And I can't do anything to stop this.
Um,
Can I take some poison that I have and shove it down her throat? And make her trust me?
well, well, here's what happens, right? So she is stopping you, right? So you go to put the skull in, and she sort of like bats your hand away and shoves a crystal in instead, right? So she shoves one of the crystals in, and two of the roots that are making up this thing just whip out and slash Amanita for 1 damage.
Oh, now it does a 1.
No.
Oh, okay.
What?
So mark 1 damage.
Meep is even more fucking mad. Listen, Meep looks down at the little tiny scratch that Amanita just got and is like, "That's fucking it."
See, I knew that was going to happen. That's why I took that hit for you. You're welcome.
So you are free to reinsert the skull if you would like to, Mist.
No, fuck it. I want Stan to do it. Yeah, fine. Skull goes in it.
I can't. I can't hear. I can't hear Meep anymore.
I hear you.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about now?
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So you put the skull in.
Yeah.
And it the eyes in the skull glow red, and then the some of the vines that you see retract from the center, like an unlock almost, and then the gates sort of like swing open. Right. Now this is unfortunately that's at the end of the map. It's carried you this far, but from this point on, you're walking in blind. So as you venture deeper into,
I loosened it.
As you venture deeper in, you come across sort of this dilapidated town, and there are a handful of buildings. You see sort of 4 buildings that look like they might have been shops or like a tavern of some sort, and sort of in the back centrally is a larger building, maybe like either a political building or maybe even a church, some sort of worship site. Something else that's going on is that the air is very thick, and in particular, Meep and Amanita can feel that the ambient magic in the air is very high. It's a very dense ambient magic just floating all around them. So you've got these 4 buildings, and then the one central building. What are you doing?
Well, do we know any lore about this place?
Do you want to spout lore?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So let's do some spout lore. You're gonna roll 2d6 plus your wisdom.
All right. That's a 9.
Okay. So you've heard tale of the village of magical creatures in Tanglewood Forest. You never put much stock in it, but it's said that there's a village where a whole colony of mushroom people lived, like Amanita. It's said to have housed an entire colony of them, where they lived in harmony with nature and communed with the spirits. But that's certainly not what you're seeing now. You're seeing, sort of nothingness and dilapidation.
Okay.
Can I investigate or look around and see if maybe I see like what happened here?
Okay, so you want to do discern realities, right? So that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So roll 2d6 plus what's discern reality? Plus something, plus probably wisdom. Let's see. Some realities is 2d6 plus wisdom. Yeah.
It's gonna be a 7.
All right. So on a 7, you can choose one of these questions to ask. You can ask, "What happened here recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who is really in control here? And what here is not as what it appears."
Can you run through those one more time?
Yep. What happened here recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable? Who's really in control here? And what here is not what it appears?
I'm gonna go with what should I be on the lookout for?
All right. So you don't sense it, but Amanita does. Amanita senses that there are. She senses sort of like life forms in the area. It sort of feels like it's coming from all around, and so it's not pinpointed. But you do sense that there is some sort of something around. She does.
I feel like I'm in jelly.
Yeah, and then she does sense a strong magical presence in the central building.
Could I also do my trap expert and see if there's anything around us?
Sure. How does that? Is there a roll for that? Probably.
Yeah, it's plus dex.
Yep.
It's roll plus dex.
Okay.
So is it 2d6? It's a 6, 20.
So what'd you get? You got 6?
No. You said is it 2d6?
Yeah, 2d6 plus your whatever it says.
That's a 10.
All right. So you detect that there is some sort of snare in the central building where also the large magical presence is. There's definitely something in there that you potentially want, but that also may there may be like some sort of danger in attaining that thing that you want.
All right, so the questions I can ask for my thing is there a trap here, and if so, what activates it, which you answered. And because I got a 10, I get other 2 as well. It says, what does the trap do when activated, and what else is hidden here?
Okay, so what else is hidden here is there are, like I said, there are beings hidden here,
right?
And was the danger?
What does the trap do when activated?
The trap releases those beings.
Oh, yikes! All right, and this is all on that central building.
Yep. Now there are other buildings. I mean, you can explore them, loot them, whatever you want to do. Kitty. No buttons for you.
That's not a trap, it's a jail.
Meep is kind of uncomfortable being here.
I have a trick in the trade. I can pick locks and disarm traps. I can try it, but if it fails, we might release whatever the crap's going on here.
Yep. Well, you have to enter the building first.
Maybe that won't be a bad thing.
You haven't even entered the building, so obviously entering the building is a choice you have to make.
Do we want to go in the building?
So the side
Let's
building
go in the building.
the side building is the church place, right?
No, the church place is like the main building, and then there are other like what might have been shops and slash. So this seems like it might have been a central trading area that people would have come to buy things, sell things, and like I said, there was a building that kind of like maybe like it might have been a tavern, sort of like a meeting place.
All right. I mean, the only thing we can do is go inside the building, right?
Which one? The large one?
Feels like it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So is that what you're
Let
doing?
me try to disable the trap. I'd like to try to disable the trap.
Okay.
Try it.
All right. So so you enter the building. The doors are unlocked. You can enter the building. That's not a problem. So you walk into it, and it definitely has a very like churchy vibe to it. There's sort of pewed type seating facing an altar. And on that altar, you see a cage. And that cage houses a very old man. And the old man, upon your entrance, looks up and sees you. And he kind of peers at you, and he calls out, "Are you real?"
No. I'm
Look.
dead.
When God asks you if you're a god, you always say yes. So
That's true.
I'm gonna go with maybe yes.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
you answer the man, and he says, "Be careful. It is not safe here." He says that I can only be freed by a member of the Fungelia race. Now, Fungelia.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So you all kind of turn and look at Amanita as a member of the Fungelia race.
Meep refuses. Meep refuses to look at this point. You're dead to me right now.
So, but also your detect traps. You know that this cage is the trap. You don't. The old man himself is not the trap or the danger, but the cage itself is the trap.
All right, so I'm gonna try to disarm it then. It seems like we're gonna try to open it anyway, right?
Okay. All right.
Can I assist him in any way?
Sure. You can roll plus bonds to give it.
All right, so
Um,
it's a D6 plus my dex for
Yep.
this.
Mm-hmm.
So 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, and then also
What am I rolling to assist?
you can roll. Well, your assist wouldn't help really because you can give a +1, but +1's not going to make it any better for him.
No, it'll be exactly the same. It's going to help.
Got it.
It's going to be something that's going to be horrible.
All right. So,
Okay.
so you start working on the trap, and you sort of disengaged the magical mechanisms. You've detected that there's something, there's an enchantment on it, and you've managed to disengage the initial enchantment. There is unfortunately a second enchantment that you trigger. So the initial enchantment is okay, and it's okay to open the cage. And at the moment, you don't, even though you've tripped the second mechanism, you don't see any effects from it. So you have no clue what's going on at the moment. But the cage is free to open by Amanita only. So.
Well, okay.
So-
She's gonna do it.
All right. So
Worth a shot.
you're opening the cage.
Meep's gonna scoff.
This is
Yeah.
gonna
All
affect
right.
Egg.
Sweet. So you open the cage, and the old man emerges, and he says, first he extends his gratitude. He says, I've been in this cage for countless years. I don't even know how long it's been that I've been sealed in this place. I would like to take a moment and tell you a story of my life. So he tells you, I'm a dryad. I was a member of the Tuatha De Danann, which was a race of gods that were dedicated to structure and order and prosperity, and that their mortal enemies were a second set of gods. They were the Fomorians. He said, long ago, we of the Tuatha De Danann forced the Fomorians into the underworld, ensuring that this world would be prosperous. But the battle took such a toll that there weren't many of us left, and that after a number of years, the sort of cult following of the Fomorians hunted down what was left of us, driving most of us into hiding or killing us. And there weren't many of the Tuatha De Danann left, the god race of Tuatha De Danann. And so he said, I had been in hiding here with the Fungelia until an evil plague descended upon our village, and they turned on me and locked me in this cage. There was this evil banshee, a member of the Fae, who inhabited a human, and sort of under the guise of being that human, managed to worm her way into many a place and gather a following, and that she made her way to the temple, the one that you seemingly are seeking, for dark purposes. And then he pauses, and he sort of has a look at Mist, and he says to Mist, "Who is your mother?"
I have no idea.
And
I do not remember.
He says, "I sense in you the spirit of Dryad, and it seems though that it's been sealed away, and that you don't have access to it, and it's a strong magic that's holding it in." So he says, I cannot tell you of your past, but I know that your future might hold great things. But about that time, as he's sort of telling you his story and what's going on,
Explode.
you start hearing like sort of this rumbling, and the doors of the building start to rattle, and it seems like a lot of something is outside trying to get in. What do you do?
Oh, wonderful.
Meep is gonna sigh and be like, not again.
I think Amanita needs to go and open the door.
Well, there's sort of like these sort of like windowed areas,
Okay.
like shuttered, so you might just look out.
And Benita's like, okay.
So are you opening the door? Or are you looking out the window? What's happening?
You guys had to be really quiet. I will pretend like I'm the only one here.
Shoot. Can we do like a discern reality and see if there's a back way out of here or something like that?
You can do discern reality, sure. Who wants to do it?
Not me. 'Cause it's based on intelligence, right?
Yeah,
It's
discern
based
reality
on
is.
wisdom.
If it's based off of intelligence,
I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Oh, let's. Tate, you can do it.
never mind. It's not intelligence for me. Never mind.
It's
I thought it was my intelligence, but it's my wisdom
It's
that's
wisdom.
really high.
No, it's on wisdom.
It's wisdom's what you want, yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I can do it.
Sweet.
2d6.
Yep.
So that's an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Sweet. Woo! So, as a member of the undead, you are distinctly adept at sensing your own kind. You sense a massive horde of undead outside, and it's ranging in the hundreds plus. I mean, it's a massive amount, right? It might be advantageous to look out a window or some sort of crevice, keyhole, something to kind of see what it is you're dealing with.
If we're dealing with hundreds of these things, what the hell was the magic spell that I disarmed? A nuclear explosion?
It begs a good question, doesn't it? I can't tell you. I'll tell you when the campaign's over.
Great.
I had an encounter you
Oh my
definitely missed.
Can Meep see if they
You can
Or,
send, you can send Stan on the roof to look out. Whatever you want to do.
Well, I don't know. Do we have a little ghostly thing going on? Can I feel their emotions? Can I be like, hey, yo, they want to eat your face. So we gotta balance.
As zombies do.
It's definitely a hostile emotion.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll tell you this too. Okay, we'll go even further. You do sense a hunger.
Ooh. I think we need to get out of here.
Meat's gonna be like, we need to bounce.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
And you've
We should
got-
head out the back.
All right. So, you express, I guess, a desire to leave, right?
Right.
So the old man, he's still there, right? He's there with you, and he sort of says, the horde has come, and he says it's the Fungelia that once inhabited this area have all been turned undead, and they've given in to their basal desires. They no longer just feed on the dead; they also feed on the living. Right? As we know, the Fungelia like to do. They want to feed on the dead, but these guys, they are undead, and they'll feed on anything. So they're still like rattling the doors, and about that time, the front doors, they just break in, and the room starts flooding with this horde of mushroom people zombies, right? And as they're pouring in, and we know that all Fungelia are druids. So as they start to pour in and they see you, they start transforming. There are zombie bears, there are zombie dogs, there are zombie falcons. These things are transforming left and right. It's a menagerie of zombie animals and fungus.
So you're going to tell me that secret after we die right here, right?
They pour into the room. So do you have any thoughts at the moment? What are you thinking as characters?
Oh fuck, we're screwed.
Yeah.
We need to go.
Not cool.
Yep. So, as they're filling in, the old man, he produces this necklace from his chest. It just comes out of him, and it's twine with a seed in the center. He hands it to Mist, and he says, "Take this. It will aid you in your greatest hour of need." All right. So he does that, and he says, "There's an exit to the back."
It's dangerous alone.
Yeah. He says, "There's an exit in the back. It will take you further in the temple. I know not what awaits you there, but I can guarantee it is only hardship. But it will be better than what's happening here. I will hold them off the best that I can while you make your escape."
Aw. Poor old man.
So then, he starts to transform, and you can see his skin starts turning into bark, and he starts growing in size. And as it happens, he transforms into this giant sort of tree man.
It's the given tree.
And he starts like just swinging his fist, hitting zombies left and right. And sort of as you look back and you exit, you see him as he just slaughters left and right, and they're jumping on him and they're clawing at him and they're gnawing at him. Some of them are turning into beavers, some of them are turning into woodpeckers. They're just attacking him. He is their main focus. As you leave, do you stress any parting words as you leave him?
We're just gonna run away and be like, "Where's my fucking present?"
I turn back and say, "Thanks, Uncle." Pre-end.
What now? Sorry.
I said, "Thank you, Uncle."
Uncle. He looks back and he says,
Upon
"Oh, go ahead."
What?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, upon hearing him like say uncle, that like click something in Amnevita, she turns out she's like, wait, real quick, are you my dad?
He says, I am not your father, but I am the father."
Okay, bye.
He says, I suspect that Mist might be of my lineage.
Sweet.
And as you leave, he says, "Take heed. As you the next obstacle you encounter uses prime magic," is what he says. And so, as you exit the back of this church, you come to the entrance of the beginnings of the forest temple, as it were. You see this giant sort of stone entranceway covered in moss, and you see ruins around it. And you know that this is the only way that you can go, and that this leads to what you've been seeking this whole time. But perhaps it leads to much more than what you were seeking. So, character thoughts?
Is there any more goblins down there? Because I give up.
I don't know.
I think I smell some. I'm going to sit in the pond in the front.
All right. So this will probably be an excellent place to stop the campaign for today. We will begin next week with our descent into the dungeon temple and what it might hold. Do your characters have any parting thoughts at this moment?
Goblins suck. Curious as to what
We'll say.
magic I set off there, and we don't know what it was.
If there's not something of importance to me at the end of this, I'm going to kill all of you.
Oh wow! I think Meep's getting affected by whatever they were affected with.
The undead virus. Yeah.
Meep's definitely got Emily to feel in some sort of way being partially dead.
Emanita has feelings.
All right.
You're just looking. You look really good. You look good.
Like a snack.
You look really tasty.
Looking like a snack. All right. Well, I'm going to say for the broadcast, thank the people who are watching for watching, and we will catch you guys next